send it to me email. And then put it on. Just send it come to me. The echo rod, not the echo rod, that's brilliant. All right, we could start the program. A very pleasant evening to you, sports fans. My name is Robert Williams.
And I am Roger Haspel.
We say welcome once again to your favorite sports calling show here on Reggae Radio IRIE FM. What's the score? And of course, we go all the way up to 11 o'clock. Another brand spanking new Monday evening, Roger. And of course,
yes,
lots and lots of things to talk about. Well, I guess we can kick it off with Cavalier.
Yes, just squeezing through with a 1-0 win over Portmore United.
My goodness. Without speed
Portmore
again.
missing a penalty in the first half of the game, which proved to be.
You can't do that against Cavalier. You
cannot
do that. You have to put it away.
Yes.
So the Cavalier Mount Pleasant showdown looms once again. Because
depending on where you're looking, depending on what side you're sitting on.
Yes, but remember now, Cavalier makes their way into the semi-final.
Yeah.
They will go up against who? Arnett Garden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And depending on what happens,
the 5-time champions Arnett Gardens.
Yes. So the game between Mobile United and Tivoli just getting underway. Probably about in the second minute or so on. But the winner of that one will face Mount Pleasant on Thursday.
Yes.
So as it is now, Mobe is the team with the advantage. And so it could be Mobe Mount Pleasant semi-final. That would be a blockbuster on Thursday at Catherine Hall.
Definitely, because you're talking about Paul T. got Davis and that rivalry. They don't want to say him and Tapa Whitmore. Two of them from Montego Bay already.
I wouldn't even call that a rivalry, but it's just an interesting matchup. You know,
it
Tapa,
would be
the two former national players. Well, yeah, but that is an exciting prospect. Mount Pleasant against Mobile United.
But remember, Mobe still have to get by Amorad in Tivoli team, you know.
Yes,
so
and them
just
look
wait
like
and see.
on the up, But Mobe is in top form, I would say. So, you know.
Yes, but they're also going up a coach who would have been there and done that.
Yes.
So it's not really all over by the shouting it.
Not at all.
Or Mobe.
Because
let's see what will happen in this second game.
Because you could also have a totally unexpected scenario in the final. You can imagine Tivoli against Arnett. That's another.
That's not really.
That is what you call a rivalry.
Traditional clash.
Yeah.
That is a traditional clash.
Yes, and we have not had that in a long, long time. But just to tell our listeners, Roger, that we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, so you can check all of those places for us.
The whole works.
The whole
social media works.
That's where we are nowadays. So, you know, normally you just hear us on the radio. So, you know, we just decide to just join everybody else and, you know.
Of course.
So full on So you can share your comments with us as well. And, of course, as we go along throughout the program, you can share them with us. The program, of course, is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ochiris. Call 974-3370. And remember the numbers to call us if you want to share on the program tonight. The numbers are 974-5043, 974-5051, 974-5079, 618-0352, and toll free. It's 888-991-4152. You can also share with us on WhatsApp, and we accept your voice notes on WhatsApp. We hear them as we go along throughout the program. The WhatsApp number is 876-838-2405. And you can also join us on Zoom. The meeting ID is 824-891-93303. And the password is 666266. Also remember, Roger, that we have Dwight Fraser over there at Sabina Park. We'll be linking him as soon as possible. Well, we should be linking Dwight right after the first break. So we stand by for that to hear what is happening over there at Sabina Park. One thing we know, Cavaliers into the semifinals of the Jamaica Premier League. Whole heap of other things took place on the weekend, Roger. The World Relays. Why?
Wow.
What a World Relays it was for Jamaica.
Yes, some people are really over the over the mountain. Some people have thrown the mans in the air.
Why? Can you imagine you go to the world? You go to the world
disaster.
You can imagine you go to the World Relays and you're involved in 2 events and don't run none.
Why?
It's salty.
Why? That was a sad one. That was a sad one.
It reminds me of what it was about 1992 with it was Juliet Cuthbert.
It was the Olympics in Barcelona.
In Spain, yeah, man.
Yes.
Not a button coming her way. But
and Jamaica were the heavy favorites, you know, because they had won the World Championship the previous year in Tokyo.
All right, yeah. So it was just this one disaster after the other at the World Relays, and just sad. So we still have...
You see, what's happening, you know, is just a microcosm as to how I think we are treating relays, you know. And what we are seeing is that a lot of the countries with less talent, they are capitalizing.
Yeah, because they're getting the baton around.
They are getting the baton around, and they know this is a show we have getting a medal. And they are capitalizing. While we know, I don't know where I've got this thing right now. Where
I think we're
it's
spoiled.
like say, relays is not so important again.
Yeah, I think we're spoiled because we believe that we can get more individual medals, and as a result of that, we don't really pay the kind of attention
so we are
should be
seeing these things happening.
The relays. Yes, but we have to.
Spain. We look on a country like Spain.
You can imagine.
We don't talk about Cesc Fabregas and Xavier them. And when they the defender,
those are not what that's what we're talking about. It's football.
Man, you know. I heard most of them, you know.
Yeah,
I talk about track and field.
Track and field. Spain coming up ahead of us. No, sir. No, not looking good. But we still have to commend some of the athletes who made the effort to be at the event and did well.
And I say outside of that, there was something good that happened as well, because that inaugural mixed 4x100 meters relay, we sent out a totally young team and they came home with a silver. So that is a bright spark.
Yes.
I would think.
And then I think it was the team with the 4x1 women's team that also got a medal.
Yes,
that's the team with Shelly and Natasha.
With the twins and Natasha.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So they came back home with a medal. So
and
at
Sherika,
least,
but Sherika, there are concerns though for Sherika on that ankle leg, and
I'm not really concerned.
What you're not concerned about?
Because we have time.
Yeah, we have time, but my concern is that Sherika, they are saying that Sherika can only anchor, and I think we are having a problem there.
Oh, but
yeah, I think we're having a problem there. I hear that she can't hand over a button. What could I go so?
Has she ever tried to do that? That is where I think the problem is. Because
but if you can't run down nobody and people are past you, that is a problem.
But I think these things we need to fix as we go along, because I don't believe that we cannot. I think I need to do something here because I'm hearing a feedback. Yeah? All right. Okay, fixed. Peter Bradbury, fix the problem. Right. So we're good to go again. All right. All right. So we're coming up to the break, Roger. So what I'll do now, we can talk about some other things before we go to the break.
Yeah.
I think we have a minute to the break. What else happened over the weekend? Yeah.
Arsenal came and scrape a point.
Arsenal never really need no point because the
What?
horse is gone
Where
through
is
the
it?
gate already, brother. So
No,
Arsenal
but you
was
need that
good.
second place, and it look
Yeah.
like the second place up in
Well,
a danger now.
Arsenal is the best team, man.
What saved Arsenal yesterday was that loss by City.
And then how did City lose yesterday? It is just
because
it is just
City,
unbelievable
because
some of the things that happened.
prior to yesterday, the running that City have, it was almost a showing that they would have taken second place. But that last night, it's opened up back. And Gunners can very well finish second, you know? And a team like Nottingham Forest now, who were truly contenders up to maybe up to 2 weeks ago. We see the manager coming out, not the manager, the owner. You see it? You see the clip?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it. But them say Nottingham's a top 6 team now.
No, remember, you know.
Well, not quite,
Nottingham have 2 Champions League
Yeah,
titles.
them have
a little
history.
tradition
Them have
still.
history,
But
yes.
we know the recent history of them.
Yeah.
But the owner, I think he was disrespectful though. Based on what I saw, him came out and him challenged the coach on the field, and you know.
Really?
You don't do those. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Like, you know, I know they spend a lot of money and a lot of, you know, but him never have to do what him do, and I think it was disrespectful.
Tell me this one now, Roger. How did the Jamaica women's team not win the Caribbean title?
You know, this morning I was reading all of that.
You saw the last ball. The last ball. It was the last ball or the penultimate. The last ball. You saw it?
No.
Why? It's the worst piece of feeling you could ever see in a cricket game. We needed just. She needed. What was it again? Morgan. She just needed to stop the ball. You know. Good delivery. The batter played it and it went through her legs. And they ran two and tied the score.
Tied the game.
Yeah. I mean,
man.
It was just.
And then they were a disaster in the Super Over. Actually,
the Super Over.
They could even make 8.
Exactly. Wow.
No,
all right, so we're on to the break. So let's go to the break, and then we come back. We should be going over to Sabina Park to touch base with Dwight Fraser, just to mention some of the persons we have coming up on the program this evening. We're going to be speaking with Terence Richards, SDC cricket coming up. We're also going to be speaking with a Jamaican-born businessman, Roy Reid. We're going to be talking about some cricket. Keith Walford will also join us, the president of the St. Anne Cricket Association. He'll be talking to us about the primary school cricket competition, which is getting underway this week. And also the superstar basketballer, AJ Dybantsa. I'm not sure if I pronounced his name right. But he was in the island over the past few days, so we're going to be touching base with him in a little while. The program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocharis. Call us, 974-3370. We go to the break.
Experiencing pain and discomfort from a hernia, struggling with a hard-to-heal wound or diabetic ulcer? At Hermosa Health, we specialize in providing affordable expert care for hernias and challenging wounds. Our experienced hernia repair specialists and wound care professionals are dedicated to helping you heal with personalized treatment plans tailored to your unique needs. Don't let pain hold you back any longer. Visit us today at 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios, and take the first step to a pain-free tomorrow. Call 383-2067.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio, IRIE FM. There was something I need to mention, Raja. You realize that Brian Lara's 501 record somebody was heading towards it this week in the English County Championship.
Yeah, every now and again, them things that will happen,
371
somebody
man,
will...
you know. He was
Huh?
on 344, I think, going into the fourth day.
Yes.
And he ended up on 371. Tom Banton, his name is, plays for Somerset. It was a game between Somerset and Worcestershire. And he
471?
371, man.
He made 371?
Yeah, he made 371. But
they're not far from 500.
I know, but I mean, the day before he was out, he was just going. It's 403 balls, he made the 371 half final. So he was going great guns.
Okay.
We have Dwight on the line now. Mr. Fraser, good evening and welcome to the program, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Having fun at Sabina Park.
No.
You don't tell me you're sad to be at Sabina Park.
No, gentlemen, it's. I wouldn't say having fun. I would say more entertainment, but with, of course, a tinge of nervousness earlier on when two spectators got into a scuffle.
Eh?
Yes, and I saw one of the doctors from Shoretime Medical going over there and explaining to me earlier on that one had to get some stitches, and the other had to be rushed to hospital. So, and I couldn't verify though if they were from opposing teams, except to confirm, that there was a skirmish in the stand. The police intervened. And that was closer to the end of the first match, but everything seemed to be okay at this point.
It's interesting to hear that because coming to the end of that match, there was so many things to look at on the field.
Yes.
I mean, Cavalier wasn't leading 1-0, and Portmore was definitely not out of it.
No.
But everybody, I think, would have been focused at that time on the field.
Yeah, definitely, but their attention was split momentarily with what transpired in the stand. But, as it regards the field of play, though, I thought that Cavalier, the defending champions, never showed up tonight as best as we were expecting, that kind of entertaining football. But in the end, Dwayne Atkinson found the winner.
Busy as usual, man.
Through to the semi-final to face Arnott Gardens. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, man, we're hearing you.
Yeah, but I thought in my estimation, though, Portmore, from the get-go, from at least the third minute, really bossed possession and really took the game by the scruff of the neck. And in the second half, it was all one-way traffic at some point until Cavalier were able to get some telling runs themselves. But it's a knockout blow that counted in the end.
Yes, because...
And the goalkeeper of Cavalier came up from tonight as the St. Lucian. He was, of course, yes, he was named the man of the match. And Cavalier advancing 2-1 in aggregate. It's 0-0 at this junction now between, of course, Tivoli and Mobi. And we're standing by with the CEO of the PFJL, Owen Hill. Owen Hill, how are you doing?
Not bad at all.
We have Robert and Roger, of course, in studio.
Yeah, man. Blessings on bosses.
Greetings, Owen.
How are you guys?
We're good, man. You
good.
You escape, man. No light problem tonight, boy.
No, well, I tell you, the assurance would have been given. So we did everything that was humanly possible, and here we are. Magic.
Great. And so, one quarterfinal out of the way, one defending champion in the semi-final. So you're looking forward now to completing the quarterfinal setup tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Remind us, Owen, what happens after tonight.
Well, what happens after tonight is that we go into a semi-final leg one, and that semi-final leg one will be played in Montego Bay at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. It's a double-header. So the two teams who would have advanced by virtue of finishing 1 and 2, they now get engaged in action. Cavalier made their way. They punched their ticket to the semi-final. And it's between Montego Bay and Tivoli right now to determine who gets that fourth semi-final spot. And they will be playing the Mount Pleasant
okay.
aggregate. So we're looking forward to what this game has to offer, and then, definitely excited about the semi-final.
In terms of the Montego Bay leg, what times are we looking at?
Well, we'll be starting at 6 and 8:30.
Okay.
So again, keeping it very standard. We want people to come out. We know it's a midweek or, closer to the end of the week, but it's still not a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So we want people to come out and support, and we're giving them enough opportunity to do that. So we start at 6, and then the second game is at 8:30.
Okay.
And regarding the return leg, semi-final?
Return leg is actually the Sunday, May 18th. And we're looking to come back into Kingston here at Sabina Park, where that return leg or those return legs will be played. So Montego Bay Thursday, May 15th, and then Kingston at Sabina Park, Sunday, May 18th.
Times at Sabina Park?
So at Sabina Park on the return leg, we go 6 and 9. Again, just to ensure that there is enough space in between for, a play to the finish. There's the possibility of that, as we saw in the first game. So it's beginning at 6, and the second game is at 9. And that's a return leg.
And it is a shoe-in already for the stadium for the grand final.
Definitely. Pen to paper would have signed the contract. Yeah, definitely, because as you can see, they're rapid. The games are rapid, fast, and, we have to have all our ducks in a row. So I can tell you from now, it's going to be the super final at the National Stadium, Good Friday. Actually,
no, Labor Day.
Good Friday, Labor Day.
Yeah.
Labor Day. So it's Labor Day, May 23rd. At the National Stadium. That's the super final.
But a school of thought, let me get a question quick inside here. A school of thought, though, would you have a safety net in place, although you have been given the assurances, if there were to be a repeat of any electrical failure at Sabina Park come that return leg semifinal?
Yes, we do. We have our contingencies in place. As you saw, we quickly pivoted when, we had the challenge. And what it required is for us to have those conversations with other partners. So the National Stadium is always available. We would have contingently booked the National Stadium if there is to be any repeat. But, again, we would have done the necessary corrective work along with the Jamaica Cricket Association to ensure that there is electric power to these towers, and then there's also a standby system in place just in case any kind of failure happen.
Okay.
What kind of crowd is there at Sabina Park, Dwight, for these games?
Well, the crowd, I would say, it's a nice, quarter-final crowd. I would say just over 3,000 people in the stands. We only opened one side of the stands, which is the north stand. So it was very deliberate. And again, I think we're building. So nice way to kick off what would have been the quarterfinal. And we're looking forward to the semi-final games.
Great, Owen. Always a pleasure speaking with you. So we look forward to the completion of this game as we head towards the first leg semi-finals on Thursday in the beautiful city of Montego Bay. Thank you very much, Owen.
Yeah, man, very much. Thank you.
All right.
Giving me the opportunity.
Great.
All right, sir.
So Mr. Fraser.
Yeah. So
any sign of Rudolph Speed, the winner from the first game?
Yeah.
I see him sitting in the stands.
Yeah, well, look here. I got a chance to speak to him, and of course, our listeners will hear in subsequent sportscasts. But I can tell you, he said in that interview that Dwight, this is one of the toughest games we have played.
Yeah, because coming out of the first leg, he was saying that Portmore turned up unexpected.
Yeah, they were a very tough cookie.
Yeah, so he had to make some adjustments, significant adjustment, and then we were able to get a hold of the situation and was able to survive that game. But I see him sitting down in the stands like him, So it will be good to get a word from him. I guess when we talk back to you in a little while, we might be able to get him. But it is significant, though.
Can find him in the stands. We'll try to find him.
Yeah, but it is significant, though, that Busy, the man who scored the goal. Remember, Busy was the MVP from the Caribbean Cup final.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always turn up for Cavalier when
Believe
he's
man.
needed, man.
Atkinson.
Synonymous.
Big time.
Yes,
Yeah.
man. Big time player.
Yeah, man. You always turn up for those times. All right. So, Dwight, when we chat with you in a little while, hopefully we can get maybe somebody from the Cavalier coaching staff to tell us
Right.
about
Okay.
that victory.
All right.
All right. The program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break.
Carb Sales, number one for home and hardware. Call us at 876-954-2220 or visit us at Main Street in Duncan, Trelawney.
The time is
9:30.
Hermosa Health, registered ambulatory surgery center in St. Anne, offers orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, neurosurgery, stem cell and platelets-rich plasma procedures, affordable specialist wound and hernia clinics and surgery, a registered day surgery facility with modern operating theater suites. Enjoy spacious, comfortable and welcoming surroundings. We accept all major health cards. Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1A Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370 or 383-2067.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio, IRIE FM. And of course, we're now being joined by the big man, big basketball star, getting ready to becoming a bigger one, AJ Dybantsa. I'm still not sure if I'm getting it right. Greetings and welcome, my brother.
How you doing?
Great.
You're doing great.
A is there too.
I'm here.
Okay. And of course,
Me there.
when we say A, we're talking about Anisette the Bandsta.
Correct.
I'm getting
Senior.
this.
Senior.
Yes.
Senior. And he said Dybantsa Senior.
Okay. How was the time in Jamaica, man?
It was great. I had a great time. You know, everything went smooth. Thank you to Sedela Mali and the Bob Marley and the Bob and Rita Foundation. It was great. You know,
Great.
very thankful.
Okay, and you enjoyed the interactions you had with other Jamaican basketballers, I presume.
He did.
But you sounded like you were having fun too when we spoke to you on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah, man. So AJ, talk to us about what you have done so far as a basketball player and where you're heading, where you think yourself ending up.
I mean, right now I'm at BYU, Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah. Right now I'm just working. Just trying to forward my collegiate career. That's what I'm focused on right now. Obviously, there's bigger dreams ahead, but you know, a lot of people trying to tell me to live in the moment. So that's what I'm doing right now.
What's your positioning on the basketball court?
I mean, if I had to list myself as one, I would call myself a wing.
Say that again.
A wing.
Okay. It is kind of interesting to hear you being described as a small forward, considering your size. Because you're what, 6'9", I understand?
Yeah.
God have mercy. I would catch you maybe at your knees. So, how are you looking forward to the big times in basketball? Because I understand that you're on the verge of breaking into the big times.
I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good to think about. Definitely, because right now I'm playing at a high level. I'm playing in the Big 12, which is one of, if not the best conferences right now. I'm looking forward to playing against bigger, stronger, big time type of players. I mean, this is what you play the game for, to play and compete against these type of guys.
Great.
Yeah. You would have been rated as the number one player in the class of 2025 where high school basketball is concerned in the States. Tell me about your progress to where you were, to where you are now.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started playing basketball, obviously I wasn't ranked as the number one player, but I mean, it was just countless hours in the gym, in the weight room, watching film, studying, doing a whole bunch, and then I ended up staying number one throughout high school, depending on the site.
Of course, the NBA is always the objective for best basketballers. How are you looking towards that?
I mean, it's obviously the main goal. When you look down the road, that's where you want to end up. You want to be all-star, you want to be a superstar in the Hall of Fame. So that's the end goal.
You are a McDonald's All-American, and also you also two-time Nike Hoop Summit. Tell me about the experiences that led you to collecting these highlights so far.
Yeah, McDonald's was a blessing. I was one of 24 boys to be selected. I mean, that's one of those high school dreams that you dream of having, because only 24 people in the world get to be an All-American. And the Hoop Summit, which is actually crazy. My junior year, it's supposed to be for mostly seniors, but my junior year, I played on the world team. And obviously I have some Jamaican buddies, so I put the Jamaican flag on one side, and I put the Congolese flag on the other side, and I was able to represent both countries at Hoop Summit.
Wow.
And who is the Congolese? Who is the Congolese and who is the Jamaican?
My mom's Jamaican, my dad's Congolese.
Okay. From the Congo.
The Congos. Share your thoughts with us, AJ. The NBA draft lottery was earlier tonight. Dallas won the number one pick, and more than likely they will select the guy from Duke University, Cooper Flag. Share your thoughts on that with us.
I mean, that's their decision of whoever they pick. Obviously, right now, according to all mock drafts, he's rated as the number one rated overall draft pick, which he should. I mean, he had a great year. I mean, I don't really have like crazy thoughts on it. It just came out. Obviously, there's going to be with every year there's trades that happen, there's different stuff that happens. So you can't really say anything until draft night happens, because you don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Let's get back to A now. A, talk to us about the role that you have been playing and you have played in the development of AJ up to this point, apart from being his father, of course.
Well, first, he didn't want to play basketball.
Really?
He did not want to play basketball. So I tried to force him. It didn't work. Fortunately, he was a big Spider-Man fan. He has everything Spider-Man: shoes, socks, pants, jacket, and name it, he has them. So I believe he was 4 or 5 years old. I went shopping, and what do I come across? A basketball hoop, the one you put the back of your bedroom door,
Yeah.
covered with Spider-Man logo. So when I saw that, I was like, "Thank you, Jesus." I took it home. I got home and said, "AJ, look what I have." All he saw was Spider-Man. I took it to his room, put it together. Yeah. And I'm like, "See that little ball? You can shoot from your bed. The rest is history." Yeah, that's how you
You fell in love with it right away.
Yeah.
You fell in love with it right away.
From then on, start practicing, talking to different clubs, trainers. I mean, it was a whole journey.
But why?
And where was the potential spot? At what stage was the potential spot that,
That is what I was asking. Yeah.
We knew he was really athletic. We knew that. He was athletic, jump, high, the whole 9 yards. But in 8th grade, during COVID, that's when I realized this kid is special. He's going somewhere. Yep. 8th grade. Yep. He was what, 14 at the time? Yes.
And we noticed that you would have had a taste of international competition already, representing the US at the FIBA Under 16 Americas in Mexico, scoring 12 in the gold medal game and averaging 13.8 points per tournament. So he got into international basketball quite rapidly, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I played U16s in Mexico, and I played U17s in Turkey last year. So yeah, me and the USA squad won 2 back-to-back gold medals. So we got a taste of the world time of basketball. France, Mexico, China. So I got to play a lot of different countries so far.
You can go one up.
You say
Which one is that? Which one is that?
He's going to try out for U19, and it's going to be in Switzerland. So he hopes that he makes a team and go represent USA.
Okay. You say you attend BYU. There would have been some thought behind the decision to select BYU. Talk to us about that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I had some pillars going into all my college visits, and based off the phone calls I've had with the schools that made my list, I felt like on the phone they met those standards. So from a school standpoint, visiting the school, I already had like what I had in mind of what I wanted to like see for me to be able to commit there. And BYU happened to be my last visit, and it happened to be the best visit. So KY's our coach Kevin Young, who coached in the NBA, and he brought down about 3-4 different NBA staff members. And I mean, if my goal is to make it to the NBA, I mean, why not get an early experience from different people that's working in that space with different type of like athletes that I look up to.
Hey, maybe you take this one. Somebody's asking, how much did BYU pay AJ?
Well, I can answer that. First was private information, but he didn't know about BYU for money. Because I'm the one that was handling the money part. So
I know that. That's why I asked you.
My wife and I, we decided not to tell him how much we were offering.
Okay.
So he had no idea what was coming to him. And because we didn't want money to affect his decision. And 4 out of the 7 offered the same thing. So it was just a matter of choice. He went to BYU because of the coaching staff, not the money. Because the money was going to come anyway.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Any particular NBA team that is given a special liking for or anything like that?
I mean, not no more. I mean, obviously when I was a kid, I mean, I liked certain teams, and I still like teams. I watch and enjoy the game of basketball. But now that the time's coming closer, and I'm in college, I mean, now it's just really just being blessed wherever you go. I mean, not a lot of people get the opportunity to play in the NBA. So, I mean, being one of the 60 picks, or even being undrafted, just like pickup. you just got to be blessed wherever you're at. So I don't have any like particular team anymore.
Great. So you enter it with an open mind. The association with Sidella Marley. Tell us about that. How did that
so this past weekend, me and my mom and dad went to Kingston. So shout out to Sidella, the Bob Rita Marley Foundation, the Jamaica Basketball Foundation. So I partnered with them and went to 3 different schools and gave away some shoes, some socks, some shirts to the local kids that play basketball over there, boys and girls. And they're very, very grateful. I like giving back. I've always been giving back since a young age. So I did it last year in Kingston, so I want to do it again this year.
Great. And
would you have seen any talent on your visit and so on?
I mean, I actually hopped in one of their practices. There's definitely potential in Jamaica, obviously, with the natural athleticism that they have. They're high jumpers and sprinters. I mean, every time you turn on the Olympics and you watch the sprinters, it's at least 5 Jamaicans in there win, and 3 of them win. And so, I mean, they definitely have that athleticism already. So, obviously, it's the potential. Obviously, the skill set has to improve. But, that's when, if they come to the States, they can get that type of training. But they definitely have the natural athleticism already to be able to play at that next level.
Having visited Jamaica over the past 2 days, your mom, you say, is Jamaican and your dad is Congolese. How much did your visit over the past 2 days deepen your connection with Jamaica?
Yeah, I mean, every time I go back to any one of those countries, like my relationships with the girl, I'm meeting people, I'm seeing different parts of the country. I'm eating different foods, so I'm definitely like experiencing more every time I go back to either one of the countries. So yeah, definitely, everyone would say boosted the connection. Yeah.
Lovely. Any chance that we might be seeing you turning out for Jamaica anytime soon?
Playing for Jamaica?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the future holds. I mean, my next world game, I'm trying out for the U19 for USA, but I mean, you never know the future holds. I mean, I could put on a jersey, I could not. I can't tell you that I am or not. I don't want to give you a wrong answer.
And that would also want to have a say, because I know Congo, they produce good basketball as too. Right, Dad?
His choice.
His choice, definitely.
It seems as if, that you have done a fantastic job so far, and I presume you'll continue to do a great job with him. And we're looking forward to him excelling. Boy, he's big. Wow. Where did he get that size from, mom or dad?
I'm 6'4".
Whoa.
My older brother was 6'6", so clearly it's from my side.
Okay, definitely. My goodness.
6'9". And he's 6'9".
Still growing.
Still growing.
So easily could be on the 7th side within a couple of years. Or maybe.
Only God knows. Ideally, 6'10". Ideally, 6'10". Yep.
Well, and AJ, a pleasure speaking with you guys, man. And we're looking forward to you returning to Jamaica soon. Thank you very much for that visit, and thanks for the gifts that you brought with you. And we're glad for the association. Thanks a million, and continue to do very well. We're looking forward to you.
Man.
We're into that section of the NBA now. We're looking forward to seeing you there in short order. Thanks again for speaking with us.
No, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Great.
Man. All the best.
Yeah, man. That's the basketball superstar in making, AJ Dybantsa, and his dad, Anise Dybantsa. Okay. All right, Raja. So I've looked at the game for the past few minutes, but not hearing anything as yet to say
nothing to write home about as yet. Still nil.
Still nil all. Okay, Mobile United. Go ahead.
There was something that we needed to discuss about the world relays and the fact that Jamaica, still on the outside looking in where two relays are concerned. 4x1 men and the 4x4 women. Now, for the 4x1 for men, Jamaica, there are 16 teams who will qualify.
Right, and so we have
And
2 spots left.
Jamaica sits in 18th place. 38.45. They need to get 38.20. I am just feeling aware now that Jamaica can find a team to run sub 38 nowadays. It no look good. It's not a good look.
Well, there are other opportunities to make that time. Is it that you're worried about the opportunities or the ability to make the time?
No, I'm just saying, Jamaica, on the other side of 38 seconds, I'm kind of concerned.
It not sound Jamaicanish to be in that position.
No, sir. 38 point. Jamaica fastest time now 38.45. And the team that is sitting in 16th right now is 38.20. That is Netherlands. So there are 7 teams in contention for those 2 spots. Nigeria 38.2, Netherlands 38.2 as well. Brazil 38.4, they are in 17th. Jamaica 38.45 in 18th. Trinidad and Tobago 38.46.
Yeah, because we're just ahead of Trinidad.
Yeah, Botswana 38.49 and South Korea 38.51. So they have, as I said, they have some opportunities to get to that time. Let's see. And the women as well, the women 4x4. Well, I know they had that unfortunate situation with Jodine Williams on the opening leg in the heat. Which saw her running.
As you talk about Jodine Williams, as she said, put out a statement with regards to what happened.
Yeah.
But when I saw that first race on Saturday morning, I never thought she went out with any idea of finishing in a qualifying. She just was just not going.
Man.
So I was saying, but it is looking strange.
Yes.
And then after that, we heard that she was injured. But she just never looked the part at
because,
any stage.
when you put into context, that Heidel ran 30.30.
I see somebody mention that on social media.
And Jamaica ran 340. It look away, but as you say, and then they didn't turn on for the final. So currently now Jamaica sits in 16th place, because the top 16, so they are sitting in 16th place. Netherlands in 15th, while the others in contention, Czech Republic, Finland, Nigeria, Ukraine, Kenya, India. I think Jamaica should be able to at least hold on to that 16th position based on what I'm seeing here. But I'm kind of worried about the men's 4x1, an event that we are in which we are the world record holders.
I am not really worried because I think that as soon as we get the opportunity, we will clear that hurdle. I really don't think we should be, getting excited about it. I just figure that we should be able to.
Also, when we get the opportunity,
we must take it.
So have to get over the psychological barrier of getting that stick around the track.
They shouldn't have that on their mind. I think we have a caller.
Let's see.
Let's engage our callers. Caller, good evening, welcome.
Albert.
Greetings.
How you doing, man?
We're doing well.
Oh Lord. Yeah, man. The world will hear. Oh Jesus.
Anyway, you worried?
Ask for the ladies that do the 4x1 really with Sherika and Shelley.
Yeah.
Good job for them anyway still. But the men now. What happened to Akeem Blake and
Fort?
Kibble?
Which one are you talking? The first one or the second one?
The second leg. What happened to Akeem Blake and Oblique Kibble?
Obviously, they were not available. I think Blake was selected to the team, but withdrew.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it went, Roger. He withdrew. I think he picked up an injury at the Grand Slam meet and withdrew from the event, from the World League.
We saw the race with Julian Ford.
Wow, that was really sad. Yeah. He picked up an injury during the race, and
boy.
Yeah.
What a disappointed man.
yeah, most disappointing.
Yeah, and I think you and also, could have, I mean, we're gonna dwell on it.
Yeah, but I'm
But I
wondering,
think-
Roger, if
Just,
he,
look,
if he
I'm saying,
picked
that,
up,
I'm just
if
saying
he-
that. I think that
Robert.
he saw
Ford struggling.
Sport struggling.
That's what
And
I'm contending. Did he realize he was struggling? I figure he
he must
should
say.
have. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Robert.
must say.
Yes, Carla.
You and Blake is an experienced runner, right? He should have known better than that.
Better than what?
Him should run up.
But as I'm saying, maybe he didn't realize that Ford was struggling. Because
No, sir. It was not, man. It obvious that based on what we see. Because I remember said when him reach around 80, 85, him obviously pull up,
right, but maybe that was when
Yeah.
Blake was turning. And by the time him see him coming and turn back and took off, him probably never realized. But Ford was doing everything to get the baton to Blake, but it just never happened. It is just sad, but it is what it is.
Because if he had gotten that baton, then,
Definitely would have been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I push it and I kiss in terms of the engine run. Boy, I tell him at 2 times it happened,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was in two
And
events and
2
never
times,
ran a race at the relays. Yeah, but that's the nature of the game, boy. Nothing is there put on for you. You have to just go take it.
Anyway, we don't want Kishin to anchor to him, but I said it
Just never happened.
Anyway, what next for them then? What next for them?
Well, I guess people are going to be continuing to prepare for the World Championships.
Criticize them
so you have events coming up. You have and then you have national championships.
And the
as
national
well.
championships.
Yeah, there is gonna be a clash somewhere. I think in the Philadelphia long leg of the Grand Slam, with some of the athletes. I don't know how they're gonna work out that one. But I'll wait and see how they plan to work out that one when the Philadelphia leg of the Grand Slam come around.
And
then also, they'll have to at least get some opportunities. I think the Diamond League might produce some opportunities for the 4x1s.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we should have a problem in terms of opportunities.
Qualifying round, just qualify for the World Championship right in September.
Right, the World Championship is in September.
Yes. Anyway, the match go between Cavalier, right, and Portmore.
Cavalier won 1-0 in extra time. Cavalier is through to the semi-finals, and the game between.
Who are going to play Arnett?
They're going to play Arnett.
Yes.
So Mobile United.
And it is a repeat of last year's semi-final as well.
Right. All right. Thanks for the call here, sir.
The match go between Mobile. Still nil same way.
That is still on. You have the score there, Roger. I'm not seeing it. I don't know what happened to my feed.
Believe me, I'm telling you,
well, they are leading. They are leading. So
yes.
they have the advantage.
Robert.
Okay, let me see what
going to be in the final,
You think so?
I said Mobile going to be in the final.
So it's going to be Mobile against Mount Pleasant?
What you can say. I am telling you.
Oh, all right. Give me the lotto numbers, them too. Yeah?
Have a good night. Roger.
Yes, man.
And Robert, have a good night.
You have a good night too.
Mr. Watch party got Davis, the party got Davis is a good coach,
Yes. There are all good coaches left in the league, man. All good coaches left in the league.
Mr. Montego Bay going to reach a final.
All right,
what you can say. All right, take care of yourself.
All right. I think we have let us hear one of the voice notes. We have some voice notes. Let's go to one of the voice notes that we have. All right, let's have the voice note.
Good night, Team IRIE, and good night to all our listeners. It's a great pleasure to see Mount Pleasant reach into the semi-final. Just a touch away from the final. And as I said, it would be very exciting to see Mount Pleasant against Montego Bay United. But moreover, Mount Pleasant gonna lay everything to rest, ending of all arguments. So we know they're gonna come out.
Settlement of the argument.
No matter what the score line is, but they're gonna come out the winner.
All right, my boy.
So that's why I wish them all the best. Big them up. I know Tapa is on his tip-top shape at this time. Getting ready to take them on. So everything gonna be good. And on the other hand, I want to big up West Indies. I know they are putting on the finishing touch for the upcoming series, and I have two series.
Australia coming up pretty soon.
So I want to wish them all the best, and I know they're gonna come out on top. So Daryl, Sammy, and the guys, big up on yourself. Keep up with good work. I want chance from Atlas Watchers.
Bless up yourself, Rowan. All right, we have another.
They're preparing for the white ball tournament in Ireland and England as well.
Right, so they're
hearing that some of the IPL players, West Indies players, they could run into conflict with the start of that series. Three of them are actually in the IPL. As you know, the IPL has been delayed or pushed back in terms of
right, because of we never spoke about that. What a thing down that side of the world. But look like everything all right again now. Because they met and them work.
India Pakistan war
always happening.
It always happens certain way.
But Donald Trump says him break the ice. And is him get the agreement between the two of them?
Well, Trump posted a tweet that he was going to be Pope, and we say American done Pope. So.
Is Donald Trump do that? Remember that? All right. Okay. And you were talking about the Grand Slam earlier, Raja. You realize what has happened to the Grand Slam now. So we have Daniel Williams, we have Akira Nugent, all in the big money part of the thing,
Yes, goodness. Yeah, the top tier.
Yes, and Sidney McLaughlin, everyone, and both of them will be clashing in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
that is going to be a shaker.
Yeah, so Sidney stepping down now to challenge the 100, the season campaigners in the 100 hurdles.
I know she can win, She can
win. I don't know about that.
Me think she can win.
No, sir, I don't know about that.
But
them girl that we are on 12, 17, no one.
Me kind of biased. Me don't want her win. Me want Akira or Daniel Williams win the next 100.
If the race turn a 12-5 race, well, or 12-6 race, then maybe, but
it is going to be difficult for her. All right, so we're standing by now to speak with the national coordinator of the SDC T20 cricket. That's Terence Richards. Not sure if we have Terence as yet. We have Terence. Okay, so Terence, good evening and welcome. How are you doing? Terence? Not hearing Terence. Terence? All right, we're not hearing Terence. Him is on mute. Okay, unmute. Okay, so Terence, good evening, welcome. Still not hearing Terence. Yeah? All right. While we await Terence, the CASAFA Major League Championships and
you're not hearing them?
Yeah, Terence, you there? Yeah, this sounds like Terence now. Terence. Oh, apparently he's not hearing us. But I heard him a while ago.
Yeah, we just heard him, yeah.
But
and him look like him unmute too. I don't know what is happening.
He's unmute, but chip in and chip out back a while ago. So SDC T20, is a big event on the calendar. So
but it look a little scaled downish this year. I don't know how
it is going to be scaled down. Not going to be that grand event that it usually is. At least, and it is starting a little late-ish too, seems. It don't look like we have the amount of teams in it neither. But Terence is going to be here to tell us all about that. You know, a whole heap of people put on impact on fire for SDC
I tell you.
cricket. You know? So,
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Part of the culture, no?
yes, definitely.
For real.
So we want to hear what is happening as far as that is concerned. So we have engaged the man himself, Terence, to tell us about it. And as soon as he's able to join us, we'll talk about it. But with regards to the Grand Slam, Roger, I'd wanted to mention how well it has been doing for athletics. And this is really what athletes have been bawling about for a long time.
Yeah, certainly, because
game changer.
When you look at the Olympics, it is the biggest sport in the Olympics, but you have a lot of other sports within the Olympics that their athletes get more than track and
Much
field
more.
athletes. So, you know, and then, you know, it has been, we remember a couple of years ago, Sonia Richards and others were clamoring, you know, for athletes to be paid at the Olympics.
At the Olympics.
We see an attempt by track and world athletics last year,
and of course
to give winners.
Yeah, the Olympic people are not so pleased about it.
But track and field athletes, when you look at it, you know, they are not sufficiently paid like the other athletes in the world.
Yeah, true.
And you know, if you're not in the top tier, you know,
you hardly make any good money.
You hardly
and
make
that is why
and then you also have to make sure so you're on the safe side of the drug testing too. There's a lot of things.
Yeah. But what I really like about the Grand Slam and the fact that it is a game changer, when you look at what athletes have earned so far, and I speak specifically about Jamaican athletes for the most part, because remember we had Daniel Williams winning in Jamaica.
The first one for Jamaica.
We had Akira Nugent winning in Miami. So that is $200,000 US there, $100,000 each. And you have, so in fact, I had written down some of the things here. Oblique Seville, Akira Nugent, Anjanette Knight, $4.7 million overall. Well, not overall, I think it was what they earned in Miami. And when it come down to the smallest amount that Jamaican athletes have won so far is $1.5 million. And chances are, at this stage of the season, they would not have made that kind of money.
Not at all.
So it is really good. You have another group winning $2.4 million. The likes of Kemba Nelson, Sean Salmon, $3.9 million. Blake DeAndre Watkins, $3.1 million. So it is really changing the game for these Jamaican athletes. And I'm sure, 100% sure, they would not have made this kind of money up to this point of the season. So we have said big up to Michael Johnson again, you know?
Yeah, well, you know, just see how it will be sustained. Let's hope that there's a sustainability factor.
No, that is the issue
in it.
Because it's in its first year.
Yeah, I do. Well, they said the stadium in Miami was a 5,000 seater, and I don't think I saw a full stadium either.
No, but
in Miami.
One thing we know, the Franklin Field one is much bigger, so we can see what happens there, and we saw what happened in Jamaica as far as that. That event was.
Well, let's see if we can pull out a pen relay crowd, because pen relay crowd is predominantly a lot of Jamaicans, at least 60%.
But remember, still in a Roger, the Jamaican crowd at these events in the US not really attracting the mass support because of the uncertainties, and you know, Jamaican people love to go out and watch them sports, but they still want to be.
Sure. I think his only guaranteed big crowd will be a track town.
Okay.
You know, in Los Angeles.
LA.
There, but,
All right. Let's check back and see if we have Terence with us now. Terence, good evening. Terence? Not getting Terence.
Back on mute.
He's muted again?
Muted now again, yes.
Oh, yes, Terence muted. Unmute Terence and come through. I don't know what is happening, why we're not getting through to Terence. Why? And earlier we heard him for a short period of time, but not hearing him now. This must be him now.
He should be there now. Mm-hmm.
Terence Richards, good evening and welcome, sir.
Good evening,
Robert. Okay, good evening. Good to have you, man. Why? Have a smoke you out tonight, boy.
Boy, I tell you, man.
Yeah, man.
Terence, we hear that STC cricket almost never happened this year. Is true or not never go so?
Well, we experienced some challenges, but, we have ironed out the kinks and, we're on track,
Up and ready to go?
Up and ready to go. We bowl off on the 25th of May in all parishes.
Mm-hmm.
What we have done this year, though, it's a shortened version. Like we did in 2008, we will be playing on a straight knockout basis.
Straight knockout?
Yeah, knockout at the parish level and knockout when we come to the national. And we'll be starting with the 8 top teams from each parish from last year. So we're starting off with 104 teams, all 13 parishes. And then at the end of the parish round, we'll take the 13 winners and we'll rank all the losing finalists and take the 3 best ones to make a complement of 16 teams to move into the national round. And we'll zone them geographically again in 4 zones, but they'll still continue to play on a knockout basis. And from 16 teams down to 8, then down to the top 4.
Well, one thing that signals is that there will be no new teams, I would think.
No, right, definitely. There will be no new teams. And so the registration this year was kind of closed. We did it by invitation. Just the 8 from last year, the top 8. And what we have done to include some additional players is to allow 2 guest players per team from anywhere within the parish, because we play on a community basis.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have given them the opportunity to invite 2 guest players from anywhere within the parish to play on their team. So that would allow them to include some players who would belong to other teams from last year and so.
Good. So, and you say it starts on the 25th, and so when you have the grand final, where is that going to be? And so on?
Well, this year we are returning to our home at Naranda.
Okay, back in St. Ann.
Back in St. Ann, and that will be on the 10th. So on the 9th, we will have the third and fourth place playoff. Because we're also, the Masters competition is very exciting, and we will be having that as well this year. That will start on the 21st of June, and then they'll play again on July 5. Then we take a little break during the time when West Indies will be playing on the 12th, and a lot of umpires will be going to Trinidad between the 12th and the 19th. So we're not playing during that time. So after we play on July 6th, we will not play again in the T20 until we have the third place playoff on the 9th of August and the 9th and 10th of August. But the Masters will continue in that low period.
The feature matches in terms of per week will still happen?
Yeah, definitely. Each week we will have a feature. On the 25th, we will be at French Park in Manchester. On June 1, we'll be at Chedwin Park. Then on June 8, we'll be at Sir Peace Oval in Clarendon, Maypen. Then on the 22nd, we are over at Jacks River. And on the 28th and 29th of June, we'll have the quarterfinals, the 2-day carnival as usual at Chedwin Park. Then on the 6th of July, we go to Ultimate Oval for the semifinals, and then on August 9th and 10th we play after third place and finals at Naranda.
These feature matches. These feature matches will only be the matches that are double headers, right? Venues.
No, man. All matches. It's the same thing, 2 matches at each venue. Once we start.
Venues.
All
once
venues.
Start.
Right.
Okay.
So at the parish level, although we are featuring French Park in Manchester on the 25th, there will be games in all parishes.
And they are double headers, all parishes.
Double headers. All parishes, all double headers, yeah.
It is safe then to assume, Terence, that there will be no change to the prize monies.
Oh, well, yes, we have lowered the prize money. So
also there's a change.
Yeah, man.
A change down.
So all right. Like in 2006, I remember we started in 2006 to to sensitize the population about the coming of World Cup in 2007.
Right.
And at that time, the prize money was $2 million for the first year. The second year, when we didn't have any sponsor, because that time it was fully funded by the local organizing committee of World Cup.
Oh,
so,
okay.
money wasn't a problem at that time. Then in 2007, it was World Cup year, so we didn't have any competition. And in 2008, we didn't have any sponsorship. And the Social Development Commission, we put it on ourselves that year, and we lowered the prize money to $150,000. And it was even more exciting. And, the teams were more just as enthused as they were in 2006. So we know that although the national prize this year is $500,000, and the second prize is $250,000, third prize is $125,000, and fourth prize is $62,500. We know that the teams are, still excited, and they will be playing fewer games for, a smaller purse.
So would they still have the requirement of identifying a project and so on and so forth, despite the fact that the prize money is less?
Definitely, because whenever we have any competition at the SDC, giving back to the community is one of the things that we look forward to. So the same 15% of prize winning will be put back to a community project by teams that win prize monies.
Okay. I kind of look a little way if you see the tournament going down. So what really is a challenge that would have forced you to scale down so significantly?
Well, it takes cash to care. The competition on an annual basis requires about close to $50 million to be hosted. Sponsorship was a challenge this year. So the ministry of Local Government and Community Development, they have come on in a big way. This year we have Courts Ready Cash as the biggest sponsor, and we have sponsorship from Bolsa Sports Jamaica, who have been providing gears and equipment ever since we have started the competition. So it's just the economics of it where we have scaled back.
Bolsa Sports is a new sponsor, Terence?
Courts?
No, Bolsa. What's it? Bolsa?
Bolsa Sports. They have been making. They provide the uniforms that you see. Use here.
Okay.
But because of the challenges that we are having, and they understand, they have significantly discounted the cost of manufacturing these items, the balls, the gears that we use, and and that is the level of sponsorship that they have put in.
Well, the important thing is that the SDC T20 competition is going to be on still, despite not as powerful as it was.
But it will be equally exciting, and
no doubt
the teams
about
are
that.
looking forward to that.
Okay. All right, Terence, thank you very much for speaking to us. We look forward to the scaled-down version of the SDC
No,
T20.
I don't want you to dub it that way. It's not scaled down. It is just a
shortened format.
A shortened version.
Shortened version.
Truncated format.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again, Terence, the national coordinator for the SDC T20 competition. We Always a pleasure to speak with you, my boss. So we talk.
And we continue to look forward to your support as you have always been doing since 2006.
Thank you very much.
All
right. So we're up on a break now. The program is brought to you courtesy of Hermosa Health, a modern concept in healthcare. 1-8 Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call 974-3370. We go to the break.
Touchdown in the island. No, is it a new one? This a container massive. All parts inclusive. Yo, them have body parts, engine, suspension, interior, accessories. Everything you have need for your car, you know that is here go. Got to run in pan that before them done. New container arrived. Massive auto parts and car sales. 158 Main Street, Pineapple Place, Ocho Rios. Call us now. 876-298-6413. 876-974-7197 or WhatsApp 561-1223. Massive auto parts and car sales.
The reggae legend returns. Jakota is back. The second single, My Special Prayer, is officially out. It's a musical journey like no other from the new album Jakota Sings Gold, to be released this year. More details at www.jakotasingsgold.com. Jakota, My Special Prayer, available on all streaming platforms.
While the choir sing, Ave Maria.
National Council on Drug Abuse for the youths. Stay focused, stay free. No make jokes mash up your destiny. Hey, youth and youth, make we go achieve a dream. So, put on the substance, go take up a book. Invite good opportunities to stop on your foot. In life, you pay the price for whatever you do. So, make we have a happy, healthy, drug-free day. Stay focused, stay free. No make jokes mash up your destiny. Hey, youth and youth, make we go achieve a dream.
For support, call the National Council on Drug Abuse at 876-564-4357.
It's the 19th annual Best of the Best concert
on Sunday, May 25th.
For the first time sharing the stage in Miami, Florida. Bushubanta.
This one is called Overjoy.
Paris Amon, Wayne Wonder, 450, Chronicler, Skinny Fabula, Romaine Virgo, Marcia Griffiths, Nadine Sutherland.
Sunday, May 25th, Bayfront Park, downtown Miami.
This show is a family show. Gates open 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets available at bestofthebestconcert.com.
Call 305-438-9488.
Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club endorses original dancehall Thursday. The road to the 2026 World Cup Watch Party Series propelled the Reggae Boys to qualification. All games to be presented at 52 Dumbarton Avenue, Rebel THQ, except for June 16, which will be held at the Luxury Lounge on Neil's Place, 33 Agla Park Road. You don't want to miss it. Food and refreshments on sale for all games. Live entertainment, guest artists at selected watch parties. May 31st, entry fee $500. June 7, June 20th, June 28th, and July 6th, only $800. It'll go low.
Now that your little one is 1 year old and in this phase of exploration, they are discovering everywhere. You want to make sure they have the key nutrients they need. And Claim 1 Plus is your ally in helping you to protect their nutrition and development. Claim 1 Plus contains prebiotics, vitamins, calcium, iron, and minerals, contributing to a healthy immune system, so they can continue exploring. And you can let them be. Claim your love, their future.
It's time to bounce, Mega Bounce. The incredible inflatable viral phenomenon is coming to St. Anne this month. Oteria St. Anne, it's your time to bounce at Chess Grounds Priory, May 17 from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Kids 3,000, adults 4,000. Make mega memories with your besties and family. Sponsored by Popeyes, Seprod, Little Caesars Pizza, and Krispy Kreme. It's time to bounce.
Get your tickets at Easy Access, Variety Store, Claremont, Great Hills Pharmacy, Oteria's, Sharky's Seafood Runaway Bay, Chicken Hut, Port Maria, Shaz Gas Station Priory, Miller's Liquor Store, St. Anne's Bay.
100,000 Bingo Bonanza, May 24, 7 p.m. at IRIE FM. Lots of prizes, plus a vacation for two. Sweet winnings all night long. Sponsored by IRIE FM, Burroughs Auto Mechanic, DJ Teddy Productions, Martin's Auto Parts, Jamaica Inn, Blues Automotive Sales and Rentals. 100,000 Bingo Bonanza, May 24, 7 p.m. at IRIE FM. When Labor Day done, come have some fun. Admission free.
Soul Food Tuesdays, 4th anniversary, Tuesday, May 20, at Hyde Park Football Field, Mall Road Square, Kingston 11. Featuring Shaka Bus, DJ Ray, Richie Pooh, Alonzo Hawk, Little Richie. Admission $1,500 pre-sold, $2,000 at the gate. Couples 2 for 1 before 10 p.m. Ladies 2 for 1 before 10. Hosted by Janet Mann from Canada. Must be 18 and older to drink. Drink responsibly. ID required.
Ladies, how can a man say him love you and him don't bring you to an event like this?
Toppetings Hardware is having a sizzling pre-Labor Day sale. Store-wide discount on water tanks, paint blowout sale, lumber, plumbing, electrical, bathroom fixtures, and more. Sale starts on May 13th through to May 22nd. Visit us at Hatfield, Main Road, Manchester. Call us at 876-622-3113 or email toppetingsent@gmail.com. Instagram, Toppetings Hardware. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to What's the Score here on Reggae Radio IRIE FM. It is now 25 minutes after 10 o'clock and we're heading back to Sabina Park. Dwight Fraser is there. Let's touch base with Dwight to find out what's going on at Sabina Park. Montego Bay United against Tivoli Gardens. Dwight Fraser.
Yes, sir.
What's happening over there?
Well, here at Sabina Park, it's 0-0 between...
Still?
Yes, still goalless between the team from West and the team from Western Kingston and the team from Western Jamaica Tivoli, yeah? But it's end-to-end action. Earlier on, we just saw the goalkeeper of Montego Bay United going down, but he's okay. Nicola Fuller, though, of Tivoli, really roaming, really looking good, getting some good looks. But either team unable to finish thus far. I'm standing by, though, to have a quick word with Mr. Christie, the sporting director at Mount Pleasant. But before him, Kishana Williamson, who is the manager of Cavalier. Brother Speed saw the first half of this game and he left the compound, we understand. We wanted a quick comment from him, but couldn't get it. Kishana Williamson, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Williamson, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah. Just two quick questions, because I know you may not be technically inclined, so I couldn't bowl a hard question. You would be happy. What's the sentiment like in the camp for Cavalier going through to the semi-final?
Currently, we're very ecstatic at the moment. We had a hard battle fight in the game a while ago, but we pulled through and did our best.
You set up a meeting now with, of course, Arnett Gardens in that semi-final. What's the heart rate like? Are you worried?
We're not worried. We're going there confident. We're hoping to pull through and do our best on Thursday.
All right. Thanks again.
No, you're welcome.
All right, Robert. And we have our good friend, Mr. Christie, with us. Welcome to IRIE FM. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Robert and Roger is online.
Hi, Roger. Hi, Robert. How are you doing?
Yeah, good night.
Great man.
I'm not hearing you.
Dwight?
I'm here.
Mr. Christie. So I mean, you're on the outside looking in, waiting for, someone, the winner of this game to join you in the semi-final on Thursday. I'm certain that you're down there taking notes.
Well, we are just a fan of the game right now. We unpleasant time will come as of right now. We are just watching the game and